Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with day 4 of 31 Days of Cutfiles with MK and Janet. And so I am continuing on with the collections I used for day 3 because this layout will be next to it. And so I still am using my Simple Stories Magical Birthday with the journal bits, and then I have the sticker sheet. And I pulled in the Craft a Clock Unicorn Suite, and I have the papers and the cut aparts. And then this is the cut file for day 4, it's the birthday candles. And I pulled in the Tim Holtz stencil, as well as some distress ink in Victorian Velvet, fossilized amber, seedless preserves, and broken china. And the cut file was a background. And I think I've stated before, I have a really hard time with backgrounds. So we're going to go on a journey with this cut file. So I cut it out on this vanilla cardstock, and then I cut it, I don't know, maybe 6 inches. And I'm going to take, and I'm using the pencil here to outline the shape of the cut file so I can cut it into, like, fussy cut it into the shape of the candles like you see here. And then I'm going to glue that to the other side so that I have backing on it, because what I did was I cut the cut file twice, and the second time that I cut the cut file, I did it with a piece of scrap paper from the collection so that I could use those bits to fill in to the cut file. And I know that's kind of confusing, but you'll see in a minute. You can see all the bits there on the right side. But I'm still trying to get my candles cut because I want to cut them apart so that I can add some foam to them and add some dimension to the candles. So you can see here that I've cut them, and I've cut them apart from each other. And now I'm going to color each of them a different color. And so for this one, I am using the I'm using the Victorian Velvet. And then because I know kind of what the color of the bits are, I tried to match the ink that I do the candle with to go with that, and so that it didn't completely blend in to one another. And so the one with the polka dots here is in the Victorian Velvet. And then I will do this one that's kind of the I don't know what you would call it, maybe chevron type pattern. I'm using the seedless preserves, and I haven't used the seedless preserves a lot until my layout yesterday and today, and it is really a rich color. Like, it is very purple. And you'll see, because I used my Nuvo drops in the Magnolia Bloom at the top so that it looked like the wax from the candle. And I put a lot on there to add dimension, but the purple still showed through the Nuvo drops. And so I'm like, that's a very rich purple, that seedless preserves. And then the other one I did in the broken china color. And so here's where it's like fitting puzzle pieces. I took the parts that were actually the negative of the cut file that I cut with one of the scraps, and I'm filling in to the pieces into those areas. And that's why I originally backed it with that vanilla paper on the back side, so that I had a place to then glue all of these pieces to, so that it kind of was easy to move around. And then I took the flames, and I used the fossilized amber, and I inked all of those up so that the candle has a yellow flame. And I actually used the what am I trying to say, like the spray, and when I painted it onto the part of the flame, it kind of turned orange. So that's still the fossilized amber, but it's the fossilized amber of the oxide spray that came out orange. So I don't know why that happened, but it's a happy accident, right? Because it works really good with those. And so you can see I just kind of put them back on the left side like the original cut file was, but I added foam to the blue candle and to the flame that's above the blue candle, just so that it has some dimension and the candles are kind of more of a cluster than just flat on the page. And then I thought it was kind of plain behind them, and because the other page that I did yesterday, I used the Tim Holtz stencil with the fossilized amber, the seedless preserves, and the Victorian velvet in the background. I thought, well, I should do that on this side as well, so that they kind of tie together. This week for the 31 days of Cut Files is celebrations, and so that's why I'm doing the same kind of theme for both of them. And these pictures are the pictures at the same party from yesterday's layout. But these are all of my best friends' siblings, and we're part of the family too. My husband and I have just inserted ourselves into their family, and so this is their sibling picture, and so my husband and I are in there as well at her mother's 80th birthday and her son's 8th birthday. And so these are just fun. They had like a photo booth type thing that they rented, and so I just took the photos from the strip, because I have the strip that prints out, took a photo of those and then just blew up the photos and was able to scrapbook that. And so I think it turns out really cute. And here's where I'm getting I got my background mixed media there, and I'm putting the candles back together and actually getting them glued down. And the paper that you see on the right is the part that I gutted from yesterday's layout. And so it kind of helps tie that in. Also, it was the layout mat for yesterday's layout, and then for today it'll just be on the inside. So I had to kind of trim it up a little bit so that it was straight. And I distressed the edges, or I will distress the edges of that paper. Like I said yesterday, I just really like Craft O'Clock's paper is so thick. Even like 49 and Mark, it has a really nice thick paper. So when you distress it, you can really see that white core of the paper. And so I'm just finishing up getting these candles glued down. And again, like I said, we're on a journey. And you can see there the purple candle with the Nuvo drop on it. It like showed through and is purple, which I thought was interesting, because the lighter, like the Victorian velvet pink, it has a hue of pink, but that purple really shone through, and I didn't know that the ink underneath would actually show through with just putting the Nuvo drops on top. So I thought that was interesting, but I think it looks okay, and it's just, melting the candle of that color, so the wax would be that color anyway. And like I said, the little flames look really cute, and that middle blue one is popped up, and so I had to pop up the flame of the blue one as well, because it's on top of the pink and the purple candle. And I think that the mixed media in the background just adds a touch to the background, and then it matches the other side. And if you've been around my channel for very long, you know that I am a more is more. So I'm going to pack on my layouts as much as possible. I'm going to fill the backgrounds. I am not shy when it comes to piling stuff on the layout until your eyeballs hurt. So the mixed media was just the way to go. And so I took the photos, and I'm going to make the photo mats the same that I did in the other page with that. I have like this shimmery vanilla paper. You can't really see in the video that it's shimmery, but it has like a little shimmer to it. And so I'm just gonna photo mat all of those with that to put down the piece of paper here. And again, while I'm finishing all that, make sure that you guys go and check out the Facebook page for the 31 days of Cut Files. You can see all the amazing things that people do with the Cut Files. It's the best part, is just to get to see how people make the Cut Files work for them. Just like here, I did all this, cut it apart and piled it on, because that's what would work for me for this layout and what I saw. And so it's really fun to see what other people see when they look at the Cut File and how they use it. There's also a playlist. I will put everything in the description box below so that you can watch all the videos and see everyone else's layouts. Then there's MK and Janet's YouTube channel. I'm sure that you're already all subscribed to them, but if you're not, go ahead and go do that. Give them some love, as well as visit MK's shop if you would like to purchase the cut files that she has and that everyone is doing. And so also thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I always have fun. I am off to a really good start this month. I am determined to do all of the cut files this month. So we are on day 4. Check back with me about halfway through the month and see how I'm doing. But if you want to be notified when I have new videos, you just hit the little notification bell there. And so now that I got all of the photos down and the candles down and everything's where I wanted it, now's where I, put all of the things on my layout. And so I pulled in the fussy cut elements from the Unicorn Suite, and I just cut them out and started building my clusters. I did pull in the word celebrate from, I have the Get Together thickers, and so I did put that down there. I thought the gold would match just fine with it because it's not like a shiny gold. It's a little bit off, like maybe a vintage kind of color gold. So I thought that would look really good. And I built the cluster on the right. I used some of the candy cane things from the cut aparts, and it just created some colorful circles. You can't tell that they're candy canes. And then the or not candy canes, but candy lollipops, that's the word I'm looking for. Or I can't think of the name of that fluffy the fluffy candy that you pull off and it's all, it like disintegrates in your mouth the minute you put it in there. It's just spun sugar. I can't think of the name, guys, but they just created some nice colored circles there. And I put the banners up at the top, and I put some wordy bits, of course. They say birthday wishes, count the memories, and then the guest list. I thought it was funny down here on the right to put the guest list because all of these siblings here are shenanigans that we brought to the table. And then some of these little tabs, and this stuff came from the sticker sheet. And I will put some more presents down by the candles, and then the sticker that says Happy B-Day. And then I thought that the banner looked really cute across the candles, and I used those gold dots. They actually were part of the thickers pack, and I put those at the end of each of the banners just kind of as a like an ending for the banner. And then I wanted to get some stars in there, so that'll be the last thing that I do, is put some stars around. And again, these are all the fussy cut elements from the Craft O'Clock Unicorn Suite collection. But that is the layout, guys. And again, I know that my taste is not for everyone, where I just kind of vomit everything on the page, but I just love it, and I just love all the things. And I'm such a sucker for Craft O'Clock and their fussy cut elements, because they have such fun things, and they make it really easy to cut them out because there's like a white border. But again, thanks everyone. Make sure you check out everything in the description box, and I hope that everyone has a great day. Bye.